Ripple is flipping the RLUSD switch. Bitcoin just pumped above 67,000. And John Dean is about to go debate Elizabeth Warren in that race there for senator in the great state of Massachusetts. So folks, it's a big day. Ripple swell has kicked off. And we're going to talk about what Ripple made as far as announcements today, some of my other predictions for Ripple Swell Conference taking place right now. But I wanted to get this video out here because we already got some developments. We already got some major announcements. And I want to make sure that you guys make it back here later tonight because I'll be live streaming the John D. and Elizabeth Warren debate, which takes place at 5:30 Pacific, 8:30 Eastern. I'll be probably going live a little bit before that. So make sure you guys have that notification bell set. Obviously, you should be subscribed and help us out by sharing out the content far and wide. Let's get right on into it, folks. Starting out here, Bitcoin back above 67,000 this morning, having itself a nice little day. Love to see it. And actually did peak up here about 68,000. So market was green today for crypto. Stocks were red. XRP kind of just hanging out. It did go up to about 55.5 cents earlier. Cooled off slightly now. So Bitcoin back up to 68, XRP up to 55.5, stock market back down, gold back up 2,682, love to see it. And then the silver did pop back up to 31.77 as I record this update right here. Let's get on into it. Now, why is the market pumping though, right? The expectation of the Fed rate cuts, soft landing's going to stick, everything's going to be fine. Well, what I really think is part of this pump right now too is that the market is actually starting to price in a Trump victory, and the betting markets are starting to show this. The polling numbers are starting to show this. Don't get me started on the Kamala campaign and their most recent crypto announcement. Apparently, they're big supporters and they're going to be pro-crypto. Sure. But as far as the betting markets go, they're putting their money where their mouth is, and 57% chance. This is the largest lead, another record high against Kamala Harris in this current head-to-head race. This also has Standard Chartered Bank predicting a new all-time high before the U.S. election. So are we starting to see a front running? Basically, that Trump pump that I've been talking about, that's what's happening right now, coinciding with the Federal Reserve dropping rates? I think that it is, because there's really not much justification for the S&P 500 in the stock market going to all-time highs. We just tracked it yesterday. I said, is this time different from 2007? We were waiting to see how we opened up this week. Sure enough, we did go set a new all-time high. So is this time different? Or is this time around we just went and set the all-time high and topped out one trading day after we did back in the 2007 cycle? That's yet to be seen, but hey, I'm here for it. If we're going to pump this thing up, as long as crypto is going for a ride, and the thing is that crypto is always going for the ride, correlated very well with the stock market, and everybody's starting to price in this victory. And I think the crypto space starting to look at, with Kamala coming out and saying that she supports crypto as well. Okay, you can take her word or believe her on that, sure. But also we know what Trump's going to do for crypto, and so both, either way we go, it's bullish for crypto. Stablecoin legislation about to get passed, and the market reacting positively to that. With really what I think is going to be the tailwind towards the end of this year into next year is going to be the uncertainty of the election subsiding. The election will be over, and then we'll just be waiting for the new administration to pump it up with quantitative easing. Now, speaking of a new administration, I'm really hoping to see a new senator in Massachusetts. And so today is the day John Dean will be standing on the debate stage with Elizabeth, I got a plan for you, Warren, ready to show Massachusetts that we can have real leadership, a leader who listens to the people, not the party. Before I step on that stage, I need you to support me more now than ever. Please become a Deaton Debate donor by sending in your support today before midnight. And so I'm going to drop this link for the debate down in the chat down below. But like I said, I will be live streaming the debate tonight, 5:30 Pacific, 8:30 Eastern. Hope to see you back. Now let's talk Ripple Swell Conference, folks. If you thought that, we're losing traction, we're losing momentum, XRP's a dead chain, all the crazy stories that they try to come up with to try to FUD XRP, it couldn't be further from the truth, because when you go sit and you go get around the adults in the room, they're more bullish than they've ever been, which is exactly my thesis and my position right now as well. This is Michael Arrington and Brad Garlinghouse with our good friend, Rob Cunningham. Garlinghouse plus Arrington Capital, they're down there in Miami at Ripple Swell Conference. When Arrington is so bullish, His long XRP position is higher than ever before. The XRP army can rest assured we're in the right place. Liquidity is destiny. The world's preeminent blockchain infrastructure company is changing the arc of history for the next century. Ignore the petulant fudsters and always know what you hold. Huge shout out to Rob for getting that one. And the big announcement today, we are proud to announce our Ripple USD exchange partners. So Ripple is getting ready to flip the switch. I know I titled this one, they're flipping the RLUSD switch. They are. It's ready to go. The only holdup now is pending approval from the New York Department of Financial Services. So as soon as we get the green light from them, they're going to be flipping that switch right away. Now, the announcements that came out here today, upon regulatory approval, RLUSD will be globally available for institutions and users from Uphold, Bitstamp, Bitso, MoonPay, Indie Reserve, CoinMina, and Bullish. They've also partnered up with market makers. They're announcing exchange partners, market makers, B2C2, and KeyRock. And I guess, they put together an advisory board here as well, which is just a powerhouse right here. Former FDIC Chair Sheila Bair, Vice Chairman of Partners in Capital at former Center Consortium CEO David Puth, and Ripple co-founder and Executive Chairman Chris Larson to guide the responsible introduction of RLUSD to the market. Now, we're already seeing the pressers come out from Business Wire here. Ripple has assembled a powerhouse advisory board, including former FDIC Chair Sheila Bair, Vice Chairman, right there, you said David Puth, and Ripple co-founder and Executive Chairman Chris Larson are going to be guiding this one. But as Cowboy Crypto notes here, Sheila Bair is not only ex-FDIC Chair, she is twice named by Forbes as the second most powerful woman in the world. Who would be number one? Would that be Rosie Rios, the former 43rd Treasurer of the United States, who's on the board of directors, right? I like their approach here with the advisory board for the stable coins. And now the only thing standing in the way is going to be that regulatory approval. We know that Jack McDonald is now going to be heading up the stable coins at Ripple as well. This is Max Avery. Huge shout out to Max for getting us some insights there. This is a panel taking place here with Bobby Zagata, CEO of Bitstamp. Says stablecoins beyond USD could revolutionize FX markets. This is Nancy Beaton from Uphold. Huge shout out to Nancy, by the way. I've gotten to meet her a couple times now. XRP Las Vegas. 24/7 settlement and adoption by smaller countries makes stablecoins the killer use case. And then we have this guy right here, Ivan Soto Wright. 65% of market activity is stablecoins. Payments will be the next big use case. Plus, KYC at MoonPay is streamlining access. And so that would be the CEO of MoonPay, who's also arrived here. So none of the major exchanges to get started for the Ripple stablecoin. No Binance, no Coinbase. But pending regulatory approval, they're going to be flipping the switch. They're going to be going live, and it will be available for us to invest in. So, I know a lot of people were confused about that. It's going to be available for you on Uphold, Bitstamp, Bitso, and there's a few other exchanges there that maybe you guys are tapped in with as well. Now, speaking of the New York Department of Financial Services, this is also Ripple's General Counsel, Stuart Alderati, on stage with New York DFS Chief Adriana Harris here at Ripple Swell. Now, she reports that they now have a team of around 60 people focusing specifically on crypto. Now, you guys have heard me in regards to Wall Street. I said the suits are now selling it with slideshow presentations. The other thing that's happening is that the suits and the regulators are getting together here. They're getting this all squared away, getting all their ducks in the row, and they're about to flip the switch here in New York. I believe that the United States of America seemingly is behind, getting left behind in this crypto race for adoption. But I think that we're about to play catch up in a major way, and basically plans behind closed doors, deals behind closed doors are about to be revealed. And as soon as we do get that green light, we're going to be moving very quickly. And that's not just for Ripple stablecoin. That's just for, NYDFS now saying that they have 60 people full-time crypto. For the New York Department of Financial Services, that's a very big deal. Obviously, New York being one of the main capital hubs in the world. And so it's very important to see that. So here's where we're at right now. My prediction was the stablecoin was going to go live. We're waiting for that regulatory approval, but it's ready to go. So as soon as the regulators approve it, which speaking of the regulators, they got them speaking on stage at the conference They might have a relationship. They might be close. They might even be cozy. They might even be a little friendly. So the stablecoin, we're ready. That prediction's kind of playing out before us, right? They're not going live today, but they're ready to flip that switch. Lawsuit conclusion, I was wrong on that one. I was really hoping that they were going to be able to celebrate in Miami the conclusion of the lawsuit, and they were going to do it up big down there. Obviously, the appeal is going forward. And also, by the way, I should note that tomorrow is the final day for the SEC to file their actual appeal. So if they're actually going to do it, we got the notice of appeal, but by tomorrow, their actual appeal is due. And when that comes out, you're going to want to come back here because I'm going to provide a full breakdown and coverage on what exactly the SEC is going to be appealing in that Ripple lawsuit. So we're going to be watching that. The other two announcements that I was waiting for was ETF. That came in before Ripple Swell Conference, right? That happened before. And then the next one that I'm going to be watching for, there's already been a couple sessions that are going on right now as I speak, and that happened earlier this morning. I'm sure we're going to be getting the clips here later today, is primarily focused on real-world asset tokenization. I think that the big theme, my main prediction here for Ripple Swell Conference is that they're going to be showcasing that they got banks in the room, they got the largest institutions in the room, and they're working with different partners for the stablecoin to go live. They're working for other partners for the cross-chain capabilities, EVM sidechain, the cross-chain bridge, Acceler network, going to tap us on with 55 plus different blockchains. And so the theme, I think, is going to be, despite the lawsuit continuing, despite lack of regulatory clarity, we have clarity for XRP in and of itself not being a security. We're about to get additional utilities to this layer 1 blockchain that's primed and ready to go with new liquidity, able to access this blockchain more accessible, more ease through the Ripple stablecoin. And then we're just perfectly aligned for this next bull run. And so I think that what I'm going to be looking out for is to see any other partnerships as far as tokenization with Ripple. We've seen now that they've integrated the XRP Ledger DEX into their custody solution. So Ripple is just really moving here. And I think that this Ripple Swell Conference is going to show how much momentum's been building and how, this thing's just chugging along. There is no slowing it down, not the SEC appeal, not lack of legislation, not anything going on here is slowing down Ripple and the adoption coming to the XRP Ledger. And I think that this stablecoin is going to be massive for bringing in that liquidity as well. So once again, let's see if there's any other big real world asset tokenization announcements. Kind of most of my other predictions have already played out. And so I think, as an XRP holder, when I see Michael Arrington with Brad Garlinghouse and my good friend Robert Cunningham, you get to see these guys, when you get in the room with them, when you get to shake their hands and you get to see that big old smile on their face, and you get to look them in the eyes too, and you get to ask them, what's going on with this thing? What's really happening? And they tell you that they're more bullish than they've ever been. This isn't Joe Blow off the street. This is a major hedge fund manager and Michael Arrington, right? And they're more bullish than they've ever been. So I think we're going to get some other big announcements coming. I want to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Let me know what your predictions are. Anything else that you can see. You'll notice how I didn't say anything about XRP price. So only the fools want to sit around and clown us. Oh, all these announcements, price doesn't go up. All this, it's not about price today. Today's not about price. It's about fundamentals, which leads to price. So you better make sure that you get on the train before we've completely left the station and there ain't going to be any more time to get on board. With that being said, I hope you guys appreciate the update. We'll be back again tonight, 5:30 Pacific, 8:30 Eastern. John Dean, Elizabeth Warren, full coverage. We'll be back. Thank you. God bless. I am your host, Zach Rector. I really appreciate all of the love and support. If you want to support the channel, just remember that you can start by smashing that thumbs up for me, sharing this content far and wide, and everything else is at my website.